Hello there, Phil here, and I'm from the AquascapeGuide.com. Guess what? Today I want to answer the question, when do you need to change out your aquasoil? While I get this 6-gallon nano cleaned up and turn it from this to this. So the issue that I'm having is that there's so much mush in this soil that the grass is uprooting itself because it has really nothing to grab onto. Now there's no amount of trimming that can help me bring the aquasoil back to life. So we need to refresh it ourselves. Now this tank has been running for over a year and a half now without a soil refresh, so we're due. I'm going to start with removing these massive clumps of S. repens and all the hair grass around the tank. Look at all this nasty stuff coming up from the soil. Eesh. This is one way you can tell that it really needs some help. By the time that I'm done removing everything, look at this, it looks like mud. This is no bueno. No wonder the hair grass keeps pulling up. So this leads me to the question, when do you need to change out your aquasoil? Well, I never really change out all of my soil, but when it starts looking like mud down at the base, then I just siphon out all the crud and top it off with some extra aquasoil if needed. Like, look how much better the soil looks when we get rid of all this mud. Now I'm not looking for it to be squeaky clean, but this mud prevents the roots of the hair grass from having something to hold on to that's a little more solid, hence why it keeps uprooting. Now, with this next design, I'm going to be removing a lot of the soil in the front to make room for sand there, and I'll put back the faux stone from F-Zone until I feel like I want to completely redesign it. Alrighty, now that most of the crud has been siphoned out of the soil, the tank is light enough where I can move it away from the wall and put the light where I wanted it in the first place, on the back middle. And for some reason, this tank has a little baby leak in it, which I can't find in the back somewhere, so I'll add some silicone to the back corners just to try to seal it up. Then we'll remove the soil from the front to make room for the sand, and we'll plop our hardscape back in. If you guys haven't seen these already, these faux rocks from F-Zone are pretty cool, making scaping a nano tank like this really quick and easy. They even have a few different styles to choose from. So if you need a little help with your hardscape, or just want a shortcut, check them out. I'll put a link in the description below to all the different designs. Okay, so now to prevent the soil and sand from mixing, I'm going to put a little filter floss between the two. This will at least help a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be a nice amount of soil kind of getting onto the sand regardless. Well, that's the nature of mixing a sand substrate with an aquasoil like this. And in goes the sand, and I can start to replant this guy. I'm just taking parts of the larger hair grass mat, pulling off some plugs and replanting those. The nice thing is the plant's already really mature, so it should bounce back really quickly. And additionally, I won't trim for a few weeks just to allow it to get reacquainted with the tank. Then I'll give it a little trim. Then all we gotta do is fill her back up. I like to use a little saran wrap or maybe a grocery bag just to make sure that the water doesn't splash the substrate and make a big mess. And after a few hours, this is what we got. Oh, hey, did you happen to see how clear it was? That was because we're using the Gen 2 ASG mini canister. If you haven't seen one of these yet, you're missing out. I'll toss a link in the description below. But you know what? That's what we're gonna do. The next video, we should do an unboxing and setting up of this little ASG mini canister. You guys are gonna love it. Okay, gotta go. See you all in the next video. Later, scapers.